Hey guys, welcome back to the Bold Hairspring. As always, it's me, Ivan, and I've got another watch review for you today. This is the Reverie Diver. It comes straight from Singapore, and it's a watch that I'm very pleasantly surprised with. Reverie is a Singapore-based microbrand that, from my understanding, it's been around for about 10 years, and they make small batches of limited edition watches in the $500 price range. The Reverie Diver I'm showing you today is currently on sale for $399, and guys, as you'll see by the end of this video, it's a very fair price considering what you get in return. As always, you can find all the relevant links in the description down below. Let's start this review by having a look at the packaging, and I must say it's the first thing that's impressed me. The watch comes nicely protected in this 4-slot travel watch row made of leather, which really adds to the value in my opinion. In it you also find a cleaning cloth, the usual paperwork, and an extra rubber strap, which is actually nice. And it has quick release spring bars so that you can easily swap it with the steel bracelet. Alright, now that the pricing and the packaging are out of the way, let's start talking about the watch itself. And of course, the first thing I want to do is walking you through the dimensions. The Reverie Diver has a case diameter of 40mm, a lug-to-lug of 42.6, and as you can see, the bracelet's end links go all the way down, making this watch excellent even for those with smaller wrists. The thickness is 12mm, and then we've got the lug width of 20mm. Finally, sized for my 17cm or 6.7-inch wrist, the watch weighs 132 grams and it wears exceptionally well. The wearability is definitely one of the strongest points of this watch. It's very comfortable to wear, which of course has to do a lot with the bracelet, so let's have a closer look at it. In terms of design, it's an oyster-style bracelet, it feels really well made and I like it a lot. The articulation is great and the brushed finish looks very nice as well. The removable links are joined together with split pins, which I'm totally fine with. And then we get to the clasp, which, just like the rest of the bracelet, resembles Rolex. For some this might be a negative, but I've got no issues with it. Once again, it's a very good bracelet, and it even features the glide lock on the fly adjustment mechanism, and it's a game changer as it works really well. In addition, the length of the clasp helps with keeping the watch perfectly balanced. Just make sure you size the bracelet in a way that the clasp stays more or less in the middle of your wrist. When it comes to the design and build quality of the case, I've got zero complaints. In my opinion, Reverie have done a fantastic job. The design reminds me of the Omega Speedmaster Mark II, which I'm a very big fan of. It's quite different from most watches in my collection, and you know, when you have about 50 watches laying around the house, different is something that you appreciate very much. Especially when it's different in a good way. Just have a look at these high polished bezels. The overall build quality here is excellent. The watch is 200 meters water resistant. It comes with a sapphire crystal, a screw-down crown signed with the Reverie logo, and a see-through screw-down case back through which you can enjoy the endlessly spinning Miyota 9 series rotor. Finally, since this watch is a limited edition of 125 pieces, on the case back we also find that information. And in case you're wondering, the Latin engraving Soli Deo Gloria means glory to God alone. Next, I want us to have a few words about the dial. It's quite nice, and I especially like the metallic look accompanied by the guilloche decoration in the middle. And I'm telling you guys, the way this dial plays with the light is incredible. The handside also deserves some attention. The hour and minute hands are a bit oversized, the length is spot on, and I find their design very attractive. I also like the orange seconds hand, which adds a bit of color to the otherwise monotone scheme. From this close-up footage you can also see that the execution of the applied indices, the hands and everything else is pretty much flawless, and since the Miyota 9039 movement is a non-date movement, there isn't a date window to mess up with the symmetry. Finally, here's what the dial looks like in the dark. The lume applied on the indices and the triangle on the bezel is Superluminova C3, while the hands have received the BGW9 treatment. Overall, the lume is bright enough and it holds up nicely, but the application on the bezel triangle is definitely not sufficient as it fades away very quickly. So keep that in mind if you actually plan on diving with this watch. Moving on, let's discuss the bezel. Guys, the Reverie Diver comes with a 120-click unidirectional coin-edge steel bezel. It's a one-piece bezel, so it doesn't have a bezel insert. It's nicely made and it looks great. Unfortunately, the action is a bit stiff for my taste, and when I grab it normally, it's a bit difficult for me to use it. However, if I grab it more aggressively, then, well, problem solved. Besides that, it's alright, there is minimum backplay and the alignment is good as well. I guess the only thing left to talk about is the movement. This watch comes with a Miura 9039, which is part of the Miura Premium Automatic lineup, and it's a movement that I've started to like very much. It has 24 joules, it beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and it has a power reserve of 42 hours. When it comes to the accuracy, the one used in this particular case is running exceptionally well, just 2 seconds fast per day with 0.0 beat error. And I must say this is a performance I haven't seen in a very long time. In addition, the movement looks quite nice, and Reverie have even customized the rotor. The bottom line is, the Reverie Diver is a watch that stands out from the crowd with its design, build quality, fantastic bracelet, and an accurate and reliable movement. Yes, the lume triangle could be better, and the bezel action could be more refined, but right now this watch is on sale for $399 US, which, as I said earlier, is very fair, all things considered. Of course, this is just my opinion, and I would like to hear yours, so please let me know what you think about this watch in the comments down below. That's all for today, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. And just because you stayed until the end, I'll give you a little heads up. Next week, I'll be showing you another watch that features a Miura 9039, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. It's a very, very special piece. So yeah, take care guys, and I'll see you in the next one.